Porque con Mambo a muerte, cabrón, ¿sabes?
NA versus EU matchup of the day. It seems that the fans at home, at least, swing a little bit more towards Hex Mambo. A 75-25 split for the EU team, thinking they're going to clean sweep this one out, AJ.
And I'm privy to agree with them, but I think Jangaro on this Dargy is throwing a little bit of a wrench in these works.
Pero si gana nadie gana, todos ganamos. Claudeos, esa es la cosa, todos ganamos.
But every time we do see it, it has some impact.
We'll have to see.
Porque si Mambo gana, todos ganamos. Es verdad que pasa si alguien vota, si nadie vota en contra, ¿quién se la da? No creo que eso pase nunca. Habría que probarlo. En plan, hacer una prueba y que todo el mundo votara. En plan, nada de puntos a un lado y por probar, ¿sabes? Simplemente. No, no, es por puntos. Directo a la cartera Guarchi, si los puntos no valen nada.
It's on the Athenian sages to go, right, we need to change this. This is what's being different in this game to be able to make sure that something goes their way.
Derivative. Gonna keep Spudio busy. Keep him from getting the lane a little bit faster. Let's find some damage, but Kaza's gonna walk up with Renjaru and easily stack up that wave. Force Spudio on the Hachiman and continue to get aggressive. Dual lane was where the action all kicked off for the Sages in game number 1. It's where it's kicked off for Mambo.
Hostia.
Here in game number 2, beats all.
Pensaba que se habían calentado jugando tan agresivo. Buen pull, pero no importa mucho. Vaya daño, del Sylvanus, tío.
Renjaru forced to play defensively early on. The Sylvanus obviously not getting access to his Wisp until level 3 with the abilities that he has chosen.
Casi muero, gente. Muerte por pizza, cabrón. Si no muero por la pizza, porque me atraganto será por el colesterol, pero bueno. ¡Uf! ¡Qué close la hostia! ¡Qué presión de los Mambo! ¡Desatados, cabrón! ¡Un chain! Ni Baki puede con estos, cabrón.
It could have happened. It looked like it happened, but either way, I think the body blocks from Primitive are going to be a-okay to get him out. Jingaru forced to retreat, go back to base early on. That is a horrific feeling as an ADC, but at least you didn't die.
Didn't die? Old pull on a Kaza's under tower.
¡Oh! ¡Vaya bug visual! El cabrón se iba del mapa. Ha dicho, me voy a mi planeta, ¿sabes? Se iba a su planeta, el cabrón.
No, they're going to wait until they have some items online. Johnny going to be waiting until he has 2, maybe 3 items, depending on his build order. For Jangaru, as a Dargy, you cannot hope to find the early game. You need to have some items online to be able to do a fair bit.
Maui lleva bugueado el espectate desde que salió, ¿eh? Pero desde que salió. La pizza que como es de nada, porque ya me la he comido. Solo me queda un filo. Pero era de jamón y queso.
This is pretty much just the standard if you're playing a Bakasura. As soon as you know those cooldowns, you immediately jump in towards those buffs. Although in response, Julio is going to lose out on his, so it's just a blue for blue trade between the junglers. Neither solo lane are going to get their own buff, and I'm not sure they're even really in a position to walk.
Vaca robando todo, ¿eh?
Johnny's going to go the extra mile, not just the blue, but a red buff stolen as well.
Es que encima mira el mana que tiene, ¿eh? O sea, podía haberle robado hasta el speed, ¿eh? ¿La pizza la pido o la haces ahora? No, la pido, la pido. En este caso la pido porque no tengo pizza en casa, que si no me la como. Y al parecer si no la tengo en casa también me la como porque la pido. Conclusión, acabo comiendo pizza. Julito le fuerza la ulti a Snadi, ¿eh? Mi tir de confianza, gente. Creo que aún hay un minion en el blue del Julio, porque no se ve la marca del bufo. ¿Es posible que le hayan dejado un bufo? Muy buena ulti de Johnny, ¿eh? Joder, qué cabrón, tío. O sea, vaya puto reflejo. Porque había cancelado instant el otro, con el hit. Le había cancelado instantáneo. Joder. Este pavo. Landis mis cojones, tío. Cago en la hostia. El Maui saltando agresivo ahí que se ve, tío. Y yo digo, este tío está loco, pero ¿cómo se lanza, sabes? Y se va para el otro lado, tío. Joder, qué bueno.
Johnny stuck around, Jangaru has not. This could just be 2 buffs for Hex Mambo.
I think it might very well be as well, because he's got that Golden Blade, we're able to clear this out very easily, especially with that Eat minion, and the fact that Julio has pressure over in that zone.
Van a pelear y tiene la ulti.
But Lucas managed to come back just in time as Jangaru. Snatty could be on the chopping block instead.
Snatty able to teleport out.
Oh, qué pena. Me falta muy poquito para que le pille el Julio, Muy poquito.
Pick towards Snatty. Had Johnny had ultimate, I think we might have seen a kill over there.
Oh yeah, 100%. He either forces Snatty to ult, or he gets the kill himself. No chance of getting the blue buff invade, but at least he managed to pick up the first blood for his team.
Yeah. He's able to get blue for his team on their side of the map, and can now rotate over to deal with these mid-heartbeat camps. And I imagine the Johnny Power Farm will probably be the name of the game here.
Oh yeah.
In game number 2. It really seemed to kind of be at least the mentality for Hex Mambo in game number 1.
Como lichea el de Zoni, tío. Es que de Zoni tienes que tenerlo por encima porque el cabrón sabes que va a reventar, tío. Lo sabes.
The ones that we're seeing for this game and the last game in this set against the Athenian Sages has been the we will power farm until we feel comfortable enough to fight. The other side that we have seen them play is, oh, we've got more power than you in the first 5 minutes. We're just going to run you down in lanes because we don't care. We are Hex Mambo.
50 anuncios en todo el día, entonces mi cartera te lo agradecerá. Así es. Tal cual. Esta pizza a tu salud también. Uf. Me gusta esta gente, los veo bien de reflejos, me gusta. Aprueban el examen de conducir.
If he gets pulled in there, Johnny definitely is able to just waltz in and get a free kill. Going to be caught out by a ward is Johnny, so he's going to be wasting his time over here on this left-hand side. Has to vacate the premises sooner rather than later.
Avisa salió gratis, no, pero al menos se compensa con todo vuestro apoyo.
Julio doing a good job of keeping Snatty at bay on the right side of the map. Opted for defense. So far has the tier. Julio making sure to get that plus rate of regrowth and now starting up the Gold Fury.
¿Está gol? ¿Y está gol? ¿Que nadie se esperaba? ¿Qué cojones? Pero todo tranquis, Madre mía, tú. La cosa de tener Merlín, y tener el tier 2 y no acabar de los tier 3 porque son una mierda. Hostia puta, tío. Cortillito de la blocker, bien hecho, tío, bien hecho, hombre. Dame dinero, tío. Qué pena.
The third blue buff now for Snatty. He'll be able to secure his own with just the double tap of the hammer. Maybe eat minion just a slight bit off cooldown. Didn't expect the damage. Could be seeing a brawl though as 3 of the Athenian Sages have rotated over. Mid laner on the way. Snatty up in the sky. Julio being chased out. Use the ult.
Está muerto Julio. La cuestión es, ¿se podrá salvar el Jangaru? Pues no lo creo, la verdad. No creo, ¿no? No se puede ir, ¿no? O sea, el de Tony casi hacen 2 para 1 ahí, ¿esto tranqui? Uy, y está muerto ese pavo, ¿no? Está muertísimo. Lo que pasa es que Hawk está muy low, ¿eh? ¿Puede morir? Se muere. No tenía nadie nada, tío. Qué pena. Bueno, está bien.
The Sunder comes out, but Snaddy's still around the corner, and that's going to cause the retreat from Kha'Zix and Johnny. This ADC's having the time of their life, just being completely left alone here as all the action's over in the dual lane.
Yeah, Solo Island has now moved over to the opposite end of the map.
Murió con Beats. Bueno, estaba muerto ahí. Estaba muerto ya. Si le ha enganchado con el pool y está muerto ya, está fin.
Even at that point through first blood for Jangaru, you feel like he's probably the most important one that comes out there for the Sages in that fight.
Oh yeah, gets the first blood as well, which is massive for him as well, don't get me wrong. But unfortunately does fall, so Johnny collects that slight extra bounty for the fact that he did kill somebody who had a kill on them already. So overall, Johnny does come up on top of that whole engage, I would say.
Si Travis aún se salvaba, no estoy seguro, ¿eh? Quizás sí, pero yo pensaba que se moría directamente del 1, ¿eh? Yo creía que se moría directo. Yo no hubiera tirado Beats. De hecho, lo daba por muerto con el 1. Da daño, ¿eh?
No, it's pretty much the opposite of what we've seen throughout the earlier stages of this laning phase, where Julio was sort of the dominant person in this lane. But now, Snaddy, he's got that sustain online thanks to that Soul Eater and as well as that Warrior's Axe. He's A-okay to be taking this poke out from Julio and then dish it back tenfold.
Yeah, Julio just trying to now survive the lead that's been given over to Snaddy. To start this one, how it was all Julio, had about a level up over his opposition. Now sitting even, if not maybe even just slightly behind.
Full loco el Julio, ¿eh? Se la suda todo. Se tira con ulti agresivo, tú. Es un 2x2 fight, pero está de Zoni en la pelea, ¿sabes? No es una pelea justa. Sí que es cierto que están 2-2, pero sigue sin ser justo, ¿sabes? ¡Qué bien se ha escapado el otro, eh! Se ha escapado muy bien. ¡Hostia! ¡Te creías a salvo, cabrón! ¡Dios! ¡Tú tranquis, tú! Madre mía, tú. ¿Cómo va el de Zoni de desnudo el cabrón, tío? ¿Cómo va el de Zoni de desnudo, tío?
Fantastic fights in that mid lane. Hex Mambo are showing up in game number 2 here, and Athenian Sages, they need an answer. They need an answer now.
Mambo didn't want to do anything. Now they got Johnny on this Bakasura, a couple of kills to his name, and already up 3-0. A much more active early game for Hex Mambo. And that's net them nearly 3,000 gold up here at 12 minutes. With a beacon spawning in and 3 members of Mambo, it seems this first one's going their way.
Se lo llevan ellos. Llevan una gold y una beacon de ventaja por ahora. A ver qué pasa con esta gol, porque esta gol podría ser para los Sages, si la ven bien. No parece, la verdad.
Now you're finding yourselves behind in game number 2, which could send you down to the lower bracket of this tournament. It's difficult. You've come in here as the first
Qué pena no la ha dado.
and you're going up against a team which admittedly has the potential to be first seed of EU, but find themselves as second seed because of some mishaps with their playstyle and mishaps with some seeding and some tiebreaker scenarios.
Right.
Well, the Athenian Sages, they're ruining those now.
Yeah, now Athenian Sages got to try and find their fight back. A pick on a Spudio would be great, but Priv just not fast enough to get back there. Kha'Zix shows up. Bubble is available for Priv, so he should be fine, even should this hook connect. He'll miss out.
Me ha gustado el intento del Privative, ¿eh? Me ha gustado bastante, la verdad. Esto puede ser una gol en cualquier momento, ¿eh?
Should Hex Mambo decide to go that route, with the group up that they have, could be the next opportunity for a fight.
Yeah, Kha'Zix pushing himself very aggressively. And this is the time you do want to fight, because look at the level disparity in the junglers, especially.
Dios, de Zoni 15, el otro 11, ¿eh? Que pronto subirá al 12, digo yo, pero qué locura, tío. Qué locura, tío. Ahí se viene gol. Se la lleva Mambo, pero ha sido risky de cojones, la verdad. O sea, ha sido bastante risky. Se la podría haber llevado cualquiera, la verdad.
Under their belt and a nice little extra pocket of gold. 4K up now for Hex Mambo.
Yeah, it's not looking great. The thing they need to look out for is that 8,000 experience difference more than it needs to look out for the gold. That is humongous for a 14-minute lead that they have. That is double the gold lead, and it looks to be across the entire board. Not one player is left.
La bomba no funciona en el Maui, no. No, la verdad es que no, y es un poco raro que no funcione, pero es que es un tipo de CC un poco extraño, tío. Ahora esquivar. Tiene que ultear. Bueno, está bien. Ahora es free piro. Simplemente free piro. O sea, es que no son piqueos directos. No consigues la kill, pero consigues el objetivo. Y ya está, ¿sabes? Le ha quitado la pompa. Bueno, aquí cuidado, Kha'Zix está un poco low, Ha llegado el otro con el TP bien, la verdad. Ha llegado bien. Julio va a Blink Beats, va sin TP y le está manteniendo muy bien la línea y eso es muy importante, Que hace el tercer ítem de zone y es un ítem defensivo. Cuando te pegan consigues ataque speed. Es como un Berserker, pero un poco distinto. Y además buffa a los minions. Que supongo que eso es para los minions de vaca, ¿no? Y está curioso, la verdad. Está curioso. Para bufar los minions de vaca hay que peguen más rápido, más fuerte, tío. Qué bueno.
I mean, Snaddy's skin does have a hood and he has Glad Shield, but I don't think that's what you're pointing out.
No, specifically I'm looking more towards this Bakasura.
Yeah.
Failing's third slot seems a little odd for a Bakasura build.
I mean, it gives you what you want. You have some physical protection, some health, so you're a bit more difficult to kill. Plus, you gain some attack speed. Who doesn't love attack speed as Bakasura?
Well, why not just attack speed? Let's throw a Pyromancer in there as well.
¡No! ¡Qué fallo, tío! O sea, la cancelas Kha'Zix y ya está. Pero es que la ha movido a random y ha fallado los básicos el Spudio, creo. Porque la estaba moviendo a random. Joder, qué desastre.
They can't fight him. No, they can't fight him. Even with all three of them there, level 13, 13, 14, Johnny gets a triple kill. He will just triple kill them.
Jangaru goes in, tries to fight Hawk. Will be able to get the Aegis and the beats away.
Innecesarios los beats, la verdad. Bastante innecesarios los beats. Me ha sorprendido que no tirara Blink Ulti el Vaca ahí, la verdad. Creo que como mínimo se podría haber cargado al otro de Free. Vale, Beats. ¡Guau! Está reventado, ¿No se muere? Buah, se muere el Privative igualmente. No sé con qué la han piqueado. ¿O se ha flipado él o no sé qué coño ha pasado?
But it is something they need to try and focus on. Get Renjaru involved. Get your Hunter involved. It's one of the more...
Y mientras de Zoni con el farmeito, pim pam, que le saca 4 niveles al otro jungla. El círculo cuando muere da movement speed. Cuando estás low de vida se supone que quemas, pero no sé si funciona muy bien eso. Y respawnea unos bichos que te dan oro y experiencia. Pero para que dé daño, que no sé si funciona muy bien eso, tienes que estar por debajo del 50%.
He doesn't even get anything if he kills Jangaru at this point.
It's just bragging rights at that point.
Is it bragging rights at that point even? I mean, it's like just taking...
El Vaca está full buscando el level 20. Le queda poquísimo, tío. Se ha comprado Serrated ya. Ya mismo tendrá para el starter y va a reventar, tío. Y el Merlín también va a 19, que poco se habla, 19 el Merlín va gordísimo también. El tercer ítem de Julio es una Witchblade, o sea, una Relic Dagger convertida en Witchblade. Creo que es la Witchblade, ¿no? No es la otra, no es la de... No es la de la defensa, ¿no? Después de ultear, no creo, vaya. Es la otra, es la de defensa. Después de ultear. Pues creo que, o sea, después de blinkear. Pues cuando usas un activo, consigues 15% de protecciones.
For objectives as well. Athenian Sages, they're going to try and steal this one away, but the Golden Apple a little bit too early, and Hex Mambo back away from it so they can pick up a Fury for themselves.
Yeah, and Hex Mambo, they want to continue this just to set up that qualification matchup against fellow EU team Niflheim Wargs. Don't forget,
el Julio con la presión, constante.
Will qualify for the main bracket against the SPL teams, just depending on whether they're the first seed or second seed. That's what's left to decide at the very end of it all in day 3. But Hex Mambo, they want to make sure that they at least get to that match.
Faster path to the main bracket is the eye, and at least
Level 20 el de Zone y le van a dejar farmear hasta 1500 de pasta, básicamente.
Potential to make it up into the quarterfinals should a team win against one of those SPL talents out there. Hex Mambo in the past have been a team to do just that. Them and former Highland Ravens of EUSCC last year able to make a run all the way to World up against some of the SPL and other SCC talent. Looking to keep that nice and clean here today in day 1.
Yeah, and speaking of Highland Ravens, that's a team that will await one of them should they be able to take down their first SPL opposition. And the other side, it's the Only Warriors. What a surprise. What a lovely reward for you.
Yeah, what a nice prize. You make this nice little standout run to the SCC, maybe get a face-off against, you know, the Hounds or the Gladiators, find a win there. You're going to go into either the number 1 or the number 2 seed of the SPL, who've been looking so clean in their last couple of weeks of play, especially the Only Warriors looking to continue their undefeated streak.
A ver el Thor ese.
There could be a team to try and stop that here at Masters. Snatty, you got 4 chasing you out. One of them is
¿Se lo crujen? Directo muerto, ¿eh? Sí. Bueno. Piqueito rico con el Blink, que encima con la Relic Dagger Blink, tío, lo tiene cada 80, tío. Qué locura, tío. Tiene el Blink mejorado, lo tiene cada 80, tío. Y ahora van a por vaca. Pero van a ir 4 a por vaca, ¿en serio, tío? ¿Van a regalar el Fire tan fácil? ¡Hostia! ¿No se esperan el gordo o qué, tío? O sea, si le han quitado el guard, tenían guard ahí, o sea que...
What the Sages do, he could probably take all 4 if he wants to. Under tower goes Jangaru. Johnny used the ultimate. He wants the fight. He might just go down, jumps away, gets the beads as well and pull off the
Dios, están jodidos los otros, ¿eh? Porque aquí de Zony viene el Chase, tú. Están jodidos, tú. ¡Hostias! Defiende la tier 2, tío, se cargan a todos, tú. Bueno, a ver, se cargan a uno solo, quizá 2. Sí, ese puede morir. ¡Wow! 1 de vida, a ver si llega al tir. Vamos, Julito, blink, ulti. ¿Llega? No, ha llegado el... Hostia, no le ha quitado nada al otro. Pero le ha quitado poquísimo, ¿no? Le ha pegado el AD Carry, no le ha hecho nada.
It's a 0 versus 5 as just retreating and giving us objective up.
No, it's Julio versus the Sages, keeping 2 of them back while tier 2 tower falls down. No runic bombs in pocket for Mambos. It's gonna take all of their extra effort. Ultimate by
Ok, buen combo. Buah, qué buen combo, qué buen combo. Va a morir ahí seguramente el Kha'Zix, sí. Era obvio que tenía... ¿Le han cortado algo? ¿Llega de Zony? ¿Cómo salta? ¿Cómo salta? La ranita está muerto por eso, ¿no? Se va a comer un minion, pero... ¡Uy, se cargan! ¡Le salvan! Cargándose al Fénix, tío. Sobradísimos, cabrón. Sobradísimos. Dios. Nah, de locos. De locos.
Do so if they take out this mid lane Phoenix as well. Hex Mambo continue their relentless charge.
Madre mía, tú.
And it's over 10,000 gold deficit that the Athenian Sages staring down. And it's only going to get wider as Jangaru has to...
Ahí viene el Julio,
in despair as his mid lane Phoenix
pero...
nothing Jangaru can do to stop this one with four
Madre
staring
mía,
him
tú.
down. Hex Mambo have now wiped 2 birds off the map and still 2 towers left. Fire Giant buff slowly whittling
Vaya,
away.
vaya estompeada esta partida brutal, tío.
The neutral objectives. Pyro
Vaya estompeadita esta partida brutal, tío.
The rest of the team on left.
You know the only reason Johnny actually survives diving that Phoenix on left? Phalanx.
You know what? Fair enough. The defense keeps him alive. Takes down
Se lleva Noni, el Vaca se solea al Piro.
But Pyromancer, once Johnny drops this one down, a staggering 12,000 gold lead for Hex Mambo in the blink of an eye.
¿No va a pillar la bomba, qué?
Controlled all of the early
Trolees de Sony, cabrón.
dominated this late game.
At this point in the inning stages, they have to wait 10
La troleada, no pilla la bomba, la verdad. Pero si la pilla el otro.
Mistake after mistake before they can even look to fight back into this.
Pues no, no la van a pillar. No llega nadie, creo.
It's ludicrous.
A ver si llega el mago. Está el Merlin yendo a saco. ¡Corre, Merlin! ¡Cógela! ¡Corre! La pilla, la pilla. Y encima ahora tienen asedio con el titán, bomba en la derecha, tío. Está rotísimo eso ya. O sea, 2 Phoenix Down en la izquierda, asedia al titán derecha y tienen bomba. Nah, o sea, apaga y vámonos, ¿sabes?
With Oni minions charging in alongside them, Oni fire minions in mid, and Johnny in the jungle. No one can stand up to this Bakasura.
Hostia, me he despistado literalmente medio segundo, tío, y me he perdido la Aquilesa, tío. Te lo juro. Hostia puta, no lo he visto y ha muerto. Ahora tienen que finishar el titán. Bueno, el daño de Sonic, tú. Y todo tranquilo. Todo tranqui.
North America cannot stand up to the might of Johnny, to the might of Hex Mambo. Hawk finds another. Johnny's gonna make it a double,
Yes.
and no one can stop this EU team. They will go undefeated here in day number 1. The Titan down to a quarter, but the Athenian Sages with a goose egg in the wind.
Jogo bonito.
It's all Hex Mambo.
Jogo bonito. El Kha'Zix casi se carga al Julio, pero... Yes.
North America here on day number 1. And who can be happier than all our European teams? They set themselves up for a juicy matchup versus the Devil Iron Wargs in day number 2 to decide who qualifies for the main bracket.
Bonito, bonito. Bien, 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 bien.